Representing opposition, the Brampton Canadettes.
The Junior Barracudas are playing Brampton. Watch the live game on YouTube. We're the United Barracudas and
There's a buzz on the street, the hottest ticket in town.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Way Arena.
No doubt, it's winner take all. That's what the game's all about. Yeah.
And now the starting lineups first for the Brampton Canadettes, led by head coach Wayne Gagne. At forward, number 8, Kate Austin. At forward, number 12, Juliana Stewart. At forward, number 27, Noah Farberman. On defense, number 48, Mackenzie Allen. On defense, number 81, Callista Song. And in goal, number 40, Ella Buenoaguro. And the rest of the Brampton Canadettes. And now the starting lineup for your Burlington Barracudas, led by head coach Colin Murdoch. At forward, number 19, Kate Suter. At forward, number 34, Avery Peters. At forward, number 95, Caitlin Charlton. On defense, number 4, Megan Reed. On defense, number 93, Avery Moon. And in goal, wearing number 45, Shannon Harris. The rest of your Burlington Barracudas. Now, fans, would you please rise if you're able to, and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Mainway Arena. It is Hockey Day in Canada. Today, January the 21st, and we've got a game of our own. Of course, there's lots of NHL action and basically every other hockey league, including this one, of course, and we're here at Mainway for the Brampton Canadettes are visiting your Burlington Barracudas. My name is Jared Bapty. Happy to be back in the booth after the hiatus of last week. I was out with the flu, but here we are back in the booth. We've got some hockey stories to tell this evening. Some of our players submitted photos of their younger selves and some stories, so I will be sharing those with you throughout the game as well on the broadcast during stoppages in play. But we are underway now at Mainway Arena on Hockey Day in Canada. Dumped in by Burlington. That was Megan Reed on the starting lineup, getting it into the near corner, and it's fired around back of the net lightly by Brampton, trying to get it up that far side off a skate. Comes to Kate Suter at the point. She tried to get that in deep, but that was cut off by Mackenzie Allen and thrown back out to center. Avery Peters right back in, but just out of her reach, and it's thrown to the far side by Brampton out at center. Reed able to get it back into the offensive zone again. Banked off the boards and down the ice. Abby Thibodeau coming off the change. Gets the puck and fires it the length of the ice. Just deflected in by Claire Murdoch. So Bryn Pryor comes after it, and there's TJ Flores as well. Now in front for Pryor. That's the first save of the game for Ella Buenoaguro. And Brampton coming back the other way now. Long shot on Shannon Harris. She fought that off and pounced on it. So one shot each now for both goaltenders. Burlington coming off a win against these Brampton Canadettes last Saturday afternoon, a 5-2 victory, or 5-1 victory actually. And right back on the attack, one-on-one is Jillian Jackman, takes it into the far corner. That's deflected away on the centering pass by Thibodeau, comes back out in the slot again, whacking away at it. Another shot, that's kicked out by Harris. Goes over to the far side, Murdoch able to chip it out to center, and she goes after it. Anna Barrington just got there first, but Murdoch tied her up. Tried to get it away from her, just onside for Kira Healy though, keeping that play alive. This is Deja Houston coming out in front of that far side. Knocked away from her, but Avery Holmes trying to dig it out as well. Now Tegan Gray comes in to help. Holmes left it for Gray, centering pass now for Healy! Just off the path of Bueno Aguero. Swept in by Houston, and she goes off for a change. And Brampton taking it behind the net. Elena Pilkington able to get that off the glass and out to center. Suter gets it right back in now as Gray tags up. Sends over to the far side though. An errant pass almost knocked down by Avery Peters, who would have had an open lane to the net there. Dangerous play by Brampton in their own zone as it's sent out and down the ice by Gray. Peters going after it again. Moi Lou just met it there first. They can't clear it out. Riley Kiratzis got it to the far side. It's intercepted by Caitlin Charlton, but just out of the reach of Suter. And at the center line, it's knocked towards the Barracuda zone, but it doesn't get in there. Suter able to dig it out and fire it to Avery Moon, banked off the boards. Had the wrong angle though, and Charlton had to come back for it. Now this is Peters on the near side. Thought about the cross-ice pass, but wasn't there, so she dumped it in instead, and Charlton went after it. Tipped it back for Thibodeau with a long shot. Another save by the netminder. .16:34 left in this first period. Still no score. Face off, one back to Thibodeau. Thought about his shot perhaps. Takes it round back to the net. Left it there for Flores. Now out in front again. Pryor. Another save by Bruno Aguero. I'll get it. Bounced out to center. And it could be a 2-on-1 for Brampton. Jackman can't quite get going though. Knocked away from her, but thrown towards the front of the net and tipped wide by Stewart. Thibodeau banks it off the boards. Pryor let it go out to center for Claire Murdoch. 1-on-2, and it's just knifed away from her, but she goes after that loose puck. Had Holmes going to the net, but it's just out of her reach. Julia Stephen took a shot off a body. Murdoch's still out there. No, she's just gone off her change. That was Houston behind the net trying to dig it out. Jackman can't clear it out. Tegan Gray disrupted that play, but it's slapped out and into neutral ice. Stephen sends it up the near side. Dumped right back in by Barrington. Bounced a little dangerously out in front, but Harris read it and stopped it. Left it for Stephen, who took it to the far side. Houston can't quite come up with it. This is Stephen now. Bank pass around to the near side for Holmes, who got upended a little bit, but got it ahead for Houston. Now this is Gray on the reception of that pass. Has her stick lifted, and it's cut out to center now. Chipped ahead and dumped in by Kiratzis. Healy to Reed, and up through center to Charlton. Gonna come up with it. Peters followed up as Charlton got taken down. Peters still with it on that far side. She's taken down as well. No call on either of those, but it's sent to the line. Moon stopped it there, but it just lanced away from her, and it's back out at center. Reed tried to dump it in deep. That was off a body, and she bowled her way through to keep the play alive. Send to that far corner. Peters, stick lifted. Chipped up the near side. Moon disrupted that. Suter throws the shot on. Rebound. Peters got it. So 2 saves. And Brampton trying to come out with it. Brampton dumping it in. Harris out to play it. Left it behind the net. Brampton almost coming up with it. They do now. It's taken away. Farberman sent it around to the far side where Reed intercepted that. Murdoch tipped it ahead for Pryor. She's bumped off the puck though. Taken by Allen, fired ahead and out to center. This is Steven now. Pryor, puck bouncing around. Murdoch able to find it. Nudge to the far side. Taken away by Pryor though. High slot, shot, rebound, bouncing there for Flores and Murdoch, and Reno Aguero able to find it. That's TJ Flores there, and we got a story from her. Her first goal ever was a shot from her own blue line. That one sunk in somehow, but her brothers played hockey, and she used to go watch their games all the time and practices, which got her interested in the sport, and seeing particularly her brother play made her want to play hockey even more, and it's also taught her hard work and discipline. So lots of credit to the brother of Flores and the work that Flores has done herself now to get her to where she is today. This is Holmes now, all alone as her teammates are changing, so she tried to just get it into that near corner. Gray came in to help as Barrington tried to clear it out as off her body, and so Holmes able to come up with the puck now. Coming down into that near corner, left it for Gray as the Barracudas complete the change. Cutting out in front is Gray, and that's just off a body, doesn't get on net. Holmes just lost it on that near side, and it's fired up and down the ice by Brampton. Quick pass ahead again by Moon. Oh, just offside as Gray lifted the wrong leg, it looked like. Moon tries again, that's gloved down. Battle for it in front of the Brampton bench. Now slides into the area in front of the Burlington bench and into the Barracudas zone. Healy reversing it up the near side. This is Victoria Borg. Trying to get it out through center. It's chipped back into the defensive zone by Brampton Canadette. And that funny bounce off a stanchion is able to send it out and down the ice. Well, that was pretty close at the line there, but Barracudas turn it right back around again. Murdoch on the attack. Borg comes in to help on the tie-up of that back wall. Puck is loose in the feet of Murdoch, but she was tied up completely, and Reed threw it off the boards to a Canadette, so the Barracudas have to retreat. Pass across to Healy. Through the middle. Suter tried to tip it forward, but she got a little too much of it, and it's fired back in by Brampton once more. Steven almost lost it in her feet, able to slap it to the near side where she finds it, tries to tip it ahead for Suter. She almost lost it in her feet, but she finds it again. And it's up off a stick, bounces to the far side, and a hand pass called by the referee. So play is stopped. Face off outside the Brampton zone. Just over 10.5 minutes to go in this first period. Brampton with a 2-on-1 now, trying to chip it in front. Moon got in the way of that one, but can't clear it out. Here she is again with the puck, fires it off the near side wall, gets to the line. Peters and Allen get tangled up. Barberman tried to get it out. That's now around back of the net. Pass right through the middle and just behind Peters. So Thibodeau has some space to skate now as the rest of her teammates go for a change. Dumps it in for Pryor to retrieve. And she, just can't quite get it away from the stick of Allen. Pass blocked by Pryor. It comes out to center, though, and right back in are the Barracudas. This is Murdoch in front for Pryor, and a great block in front by Song. That's fired all the way down the ice for an icing call. Face off to the left of Aguera. Flores trying to reverse that out in front. It's off a skate and fired just out to center. And down the ice by Brampton. So Reed off the boards to Murdoch in neutral ice. Chipped ahead, just tipped in by Flores. Barrington after it. Fires it hard off the glass. Glove down by Healy at the line and kept alive. Pryor trying to muscle it ahead past Barrington. Pryor still there, tied up by Barrington, and Murdoch came in to help as well, but Barrington won the battle. Threw it out to center, but knocked down nicely by Healy again, and she settles things down for Burlington. Steven ahead, all the way down the ice though, and Gray beats it out. Play continues. Holmes behind the net to the near side. Looking for an option, being shadowed by Karatzis. Left it in deep for Gray. Gray trying to come out with it. Wow, bouncing puck at the side of the net. Sweeping shot is stopped. Holmes with that attempt. Sweeps to the line and just out. And yes, goes off a Barracuda. So it is an offside. Just over 8 minutes. Still no score in this first period. Face-off won by Brampton. Chipped ahead into the offensive zone by Carly Nicholson. Stevens got it now. Fires it off the glass all the way down the ice. Peters racing after it. Gonna beat out the icing now. Takes it round to the near side. Peters in front. Suter 2 chances and 2 saves for Aguera. Caitlin Charlton now up on the screen. And a quick stop. We carry on. That is okay. We'll try and get Caitlin Charlton's story in soon. Thibodeau trying to whack it ahead for Suter. She's got it on the left wing, chipped in front, just out of the reach of Peters, and it goes to the near side as the Barracudas make the change. So next time Charlton's on the ice, we'll try and get her story in. This is Moon. Into the high slot for Pryor, just rolled on it, goes into that far corner again after it. Pryor bumped off, the puck comes to the line, sweeping at it is Moon. She initially missed it, but kept it alive. This is Flores now. Pitch and catch with Murdoch. Sharp angle shot and another save for the netminder, and we've got a penalty coming. It's a cross-checking penalty going to Jackman. Claire Murdoch up on the screen now, and it's a great photo of her asleep in some hockey gear. As you can see, she was 2 years old in that photo, just got her first set of hockey equipment, was so excited that she put it all on and then immediately fell asleep. So. But her dad basically taught her everything, the head coach of this team as well, Colin Murdoch, and Claire's favorite rink as well, as a lot of outdoor rinks A lot of outdoor rink history you'll see on this team, and Claire's favorite place to go was the High Park outdoor rink in Toronto, which is where she grew up as well. So, and there she's got the puck right now. Moon just kept it alive as it hopped over her stick blade for a second there. Healy in deep now in the power play, brought to you by that shot is stopped. Just forgotten the sponsor for a second. Skids Away is the sponsor of the power play. I'm a little rusty because I haven't done this in almost a month. My goodness, there's a sharp angle shot from Murdoch that's stopped on the far side. Healy, full control for the Barracudas right now on the attack on the power play. Murdoch on that far side. In deep for Flores. Return for Murdoch. Trying to find that cross ice pass in front. Couple of whacks at it. Pryor comes in to help and gets it back to the point, but it's just out of the reach of Moon. And that allows this tired penalty kill unit for Brampton to change. Healy's on it. Takes it behind the net for Moon. Thrown out to center for Holmes. Had to turn back to receive the pass, so she sent it for Healy, who skates it in herself. Healy throws it in front. That's cut off by Barrington. And bounced off the boards, but not out. Thibodeau kept it alive on the return pass from Houston now. Thibodeau to Holmes as the Barracudas set up. The penalty's coming to an end, and that shot just goes wide. Gray tried to tuck it in on that far side. It's fired off the glass and down the ice. No icing though, as Steven is right there to pick it up at her own bench. Pass ahead for Houston, dropped it back for Gray with a whistler that just goes over top of the net. Steven at the near point. Kept it in, Barrington. Let it go, and that pass goes off a body. Trying to keep it alive, Stewart bounced it ahead. Skips over the stick of Steven, so she has to settle it and gets it returned to her by Thibodeau. Hard pass ahead for Charlton. That one's cut off, though, on the attempt to get it to Peters. Natasha Lang getting in front of that one. That one's through to Suter, though. A little too hot to handle. And the two 95s battle for it. On that far side, Thibodeau now tried to get a pass across. It was cut off by a Canadette, and that shot from Jackman is blocked by Steven. Charlton has it stripped away from her, and the Canadettes will be offside if they can't touch up, and they do. So this is Steven now. Takes a slash and fires it into the offensive zone. Pryor going after it, but Allen got there first. Allen lost an edge, though, and Pryor comes up with a puck. Trying to find the pass across, kicked out by the netminder, and Claire Murdoch was sitting there. Oh, and that, I don't know, that was pretty close. At the blue line, I think. Just skipped over the stick of Reed on the offside. This is Avery Moon now, one of the Moon sisters to come through this Burlington organization. We've talked a lot about her older sister Olivia in this time sheet, but Avery started off wanting to be a figure skater and then a goaltender, which of course we know is a little more expensive than being a player. So she settled on being a defenseman, but here is Claire Murdoch on the breakaway. She just whistled that wide to the far side. And just finish up Avery Moon's story. Her hockey journey began at the age of 5 as the Canadettes tried to spring a breakaway of their own, but that's cut off by Reed. And Avery's first stick was a pink wooden warrior stick. And man, that would have looked flashy if she still used one of those. But here she is giving off the pass to Reed. And right through the middle to Borg. Poked away from her, but Healy followed up, tried to get it across, but Suter was maybe interfered with a little bit in front of the slot area. Bouncing pass to the slot in front of the Burlington net. Comes back to the line. Barrington steps into his shot. That doesn't get through. Ricocheting around in front on that far side. Bullying Celeste Hart off the puck is Steven. And on the knockdown. She was able to get it to the near far side and out to center. This is Healy now with Borg. Oh, and just out of her reach. And Borg goes down in a heap on that far side as her and Austin got tangled up. Just under 2 minutes to go in this first period. Still no score between the Barracudas and the Brampton Canadettes here on Hockey Day in Canada at Mainway Arena. Gray trying to get a little bit of forechecking on Pilkington with the puck wrapped around to the near side and chipped out into her own bench by Jackman. Deja Houston. We didn't get a story from her, but she did send us a photo that we may or may not be able to put up on the stream. If not, we'll certainly put it up on our socials because we've got some great photos that you have only been able to catch a glimpse of on these graphics that we've been producing. So, shot sailed over top of the net from Moon as we carry on with the fun of Hockey Day in Canada, and got a penalty coming to Brampton. This is a tripping call. So the Barracudas go back on the power play with a minute 17 left to go in this first period. And a late change by Brampton. Face off to the right of Yuno Aguero. So Barracudas with the second power play opportunity of the game, brought to you by Skids Away, Pallet Sales and Recycling Solutions. I got it this time. And this is Holmes on that far side. Just knocked away from her. Moon can't quite keep it in, but she disrupts the breakout and comes to the puck in front of her own bench. This is Thibodeau with some space now. Takes it herself as the power play unit changes. Thibodeau still with it, trying to cut to the net. Wraps it out in front off the stick of the netminder and just cleared down the ice. "25 seconds left in the period. We can do a quick story just before intermission. Why not? Depending on who's on the ice, of course. This is Peters. We got a story from her just offside, though, at the Brampton blue line. There is Avery Peters, and this one's a bit of a hefty one. When she was younger, she started off playing lacrosse, but wasn't quite into it. And, I mean, I played both lacrosse and hockey as well, and I find that both of those skills are quite transferable as we hit the end of the first period. No score at the end of the period. We'll continue with Avery's story, though. She didn't quite excel at lacrosse, but her dad was pretty big into it, so instead he surprised her and put her into hockey. And, well, she didn't quite enjoy that when she first started as well, but she made the novice B team in Guelph and really started to fall in love with the sport there, and eventually became one of the best players on her team and kept working hard, and now she's back playing lacrosse as well at a high level and also on this team here. But her favorite memory was a tournament game. There was a girl on a breakaway. She had fallen down in the offensive zone and sped all the way back to catch up with the breakaway girl and stop her. That prevented a goal, and she got player of the game. So another great hockey story for Avery Peters, but we'll head to intermission in just a moment.
I just really enjoyed bonding with the girls. It was good. Good group of girls.
I just think it's really cool that we have the opportunity to do this.
I just really enjoyed bonding with the girls. It was good. Good group of girls.
I just think it's really cool that we have the opportunity to do this stuff, especially in girls hockey, because it's not always showcased all the time, so I think it's really cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing how far our team can go. I feel like we're all really good together and play really well together.
I think honestly it could have gone to a lot of girls on the team, and I feel really lucky that I have it. I'm going to do my best to wear it in a way that will help everyone.
Saturday night hockey, there's nothing better. Home opener, an exciting one for the drop of the puck here at Mainway Arena.
And we had all worked out our walkout song, our goal song, so we were all really excited to hear it for the first
At
time.
forward, from Toronto, Ontario, assistant captain number 9, Claire Murdoch.
You don't see that very often in girls hockey, which was nice. I think a lot of the younger girls thought it was a really cool experience. In the change room they were going on and on about it, and just how it was really different, and no other junior team even was doing it.
But not out Avery. Home scores! Loose in the high slot now. Backhander scores! Lost the puck to Pryor. Pryor scores!
Being around each other for a majority of the week, really getting to know each other is really doing us well. Having Colin as a coach too, just having those new plays being introduced to us, they seem to really work for us, and we understand them very well and can easily apply them to our game.
I think coming from Stony as a captain, it really set me up for the role here. And I think, honestly, having this group of girls, it's just a great group of girls to work with. And I think you don't really have to have a letter on your jersey. I think we all play a really good part.
Murdoch right on it again. Here's Pryor with a shot. She scores!
I was just looking for a league that would help me develop my game to the next level, and Burlington happened to be a team that was willing to take on another player. So when I came up here and skated, there was just a great culture within the girls, and I really liked the program.
Colin and the coaching staff has also helped me to really push myself and be the best I can on and off the ice.
Good morning, everybody. A bit of an unusual start time this morning at 11:30. My name is Jared Bafty. Happy to be along with us as your Burlington Barracudas are taking on the North York Storm for the first time ever. This is their junior team now here in the U22 Elite. They've obviously played them in other tournaments and matchups. A bit of a different look, and a new beginning for the North York Storm. Burlington piling on the shots right now, already with 6 by my count. Tie up off the draw again. It's sent to the back wall. This is Tegan Gray. Trying to fire it up the near boards to Kira Healy back in the lineup after taking last weekend off. Healy with a tip in front, rebound. They score! Initial save by Eno, but Tegan Gray collects the rebound and pots it. And with just over 5.5 minutes gone in the first period, it's 1-0 Burlington. Bounces off the far boards to Murdoch behind the net with the help of Pryor. Murdoch's knocked down as Pryor tries to dig it out. Sent round back of the net, thrown to the line, but Healy found that easily and kept the play going. Murdoch now, sent it in front, they score! TJ Flores left wide open on the far side of the net. An easy one-timer. Murdoch with the pass, and it's 2-0 Burlington. Back out at center. Putnam fell as she tried to skate it through. Murdoch takes a slash and has a couple of nice moves as she throws it out in front. Flores pinned on the shot. Pryor scores. Brent Pryor with another goal, leading the team in goals and points. Second in the U22 Elite, and it's 3-0. Far side for Abby Thibodeau. She found it in her feet. Hard pass ahead now for Bryn Pryor, who turns on the Jets. She's got Murdoch as well. In front, she scores! Beautiful transition on the rush. Murdoch and Pryor. The connection continues. Anno, the 2005 goaltender. North York struggling a little bit this season with health, as I mentioned. They score, though. Here I am getting a little distracted. Trying to chat about North York having injury troubles and Burlington getting right back on the score sheet. 5-0 now. And we have a goaltending change. Eno coming out. He's already faced 16 shots in this first period. 5 goals against and taken round back of the net. Haley ahead for Moon, chipped across for Flores. Drop pass for Pryor, and the Barracudas set up on the power play. Healy at the near side, throws it in front, rebound, they score! On the power play, it's a hat trick for Britt Pryor here in the first period. 2 in a row for Pryor as well, and it's 6-0. You can see the Barracudas are trying to get certain players some goals here. Peters looks like one of them, and Borg another perhaps. Here's Gray in front for Peters. She scores! That one counts. Avery Peters. Beautiful shot, buries it and makes it 7-0. And so Stevens sends it to the open wing. Where it's taken by Jackson. Shot blocked by Steven. Jackson tied up behind the net. Sharp angle shot, couple of whacks at it, and they score! Pitts looks like she was pushed into the net. Slow to get up is Pitts. Got away from her as Moon took it away. Penalty is expired to Peters. Fired out to center. There she is with the puck, 2-on-1. Just knifed away from her by Jamal, but Peters took it right back again in front. Houston, another chip at it. They score! That's 2 goals in a row now for Peters. Houston and Gray on the assist. And it's 8-1 Burlington. Ahead for Holmes, who dragged it ahead and fires it in deep and goes off for a change. Suter took it away. Good forechecking on the change by Suter. Murdoch trying to come in to help. Suter and Murdoch working over the puck. Murdoch is with it. Far side, slams on the brakes and tries to cut out in front. Now Pryor in her feet. Rolls through the slot. Murdoch spins and scores. Welcome back, everybody, to the game. Second period underway now. And right into the offensive zone we are. with Burlington because we got about 30 seconds left on a power play. Here's Murdoch trying to walk in. Shot is blocked. Taken to the near side. Flores coming to help with Pryor. Got it back to Moon. Far side now for Healy. Moon again tipped forward for Murdoch. Into that near corner. Pryor tried to center it. That was off a stick and it's knocked to the near side. Moon and Murdoch again. Turning away. Moon once more. Walks into a shot. That's blocked. Tried to keep it at the line. And it's poked free. Skating through now. Jackman. Stopped by Harris. And she hangs on. We got some stories from Shannon Harris as well. You'll notice from this photo of hers, it's a great one, but her dad started off teaching her how to skate as Brampton tries to whack at it at the front of the net. And then she started some skating lessons. As that said, oh, looks like it's an offside. I thought it might be icing. Holmes got in front of the puck there. So Harris was a player until she got to the Adam year, and she got into some goalie gear and equipment. So she continued the family tradition of goaltenders, as her dad and brother are also goaltenders, and well, she's loved it ever since. And yes, it is an icing call against Burlington. I thought it was. As we go down into the Burlington zone for the face-off now. Off the draw, goes to the half wall. Bouncing puck slapped out to center by Houston. Barrington tried to get it ahead. Gray stopped it there, and Houston is taken down as she tried to get herself into the offensive zone. Pilkington got it behind the net for Barrington. Bounced off the boards and all the way down the ice. And Thibodeau touched that puck first, but the linesman waved it off. That really should have been icing, as that's chipped ahead by Holmes and in deep. Holmes against Pilkington. Sent around to the far side. Holmes still trying to battle for that puck. Gray got in there and kept it alive in the offensive zone. As the Barracudas start a change. Barrington, long lead pass, goes right on net. We'll count that as a shot, as Harris has to cover up and stop play. Two minutes gone in this second period. Burlington 0 for 2 on the power play so far tonight. That shot, oh, that just dinged off the post, as Harris got most of the stop, and the post helped her out a little bit too. That's going all the way down the ice on the net on the other side for another stoppage in play. Megan Reed started 8 years ago at tryouts for her team and was put on defense. She didn't think she was going to be a defender, but at the recommendation of her coach at the time, Joel Zinn was his name, he put her back on defense, and she made the team and has played defense up until last year, when she's now been basically one of the greatest utility players on this team so far, playing every position except goaltender. That's a clean win off the draw for Burlington, and Moon just whistled that one wide. Moon on it again off the pass. That shot kicked out, sitting there in the slot, slapped away by Hart. Sent up the near boards. Thibodeau keeping it in. Got it in deep for Charlton. Peters tried to drag that through. Was knocked off her stick. Thibodeau now bounces it in front, and that's a shot. We'll count it. And so another save for the netminder. Just wrap up Megan Reed's story. Of course, getting put back on defense, changed her hockey career forever. But her dad every year makes an outdoor rink in their backyard and taught her how to shoot and other skills, passes, and trying to improve her skill level overall. And her brothers would always go out together, and she would force them to go in net though so that she could practice. Megan taking priority. Pryor. Stick handling with the puck, trying to give off a pass to Moon, and that's intercepted and cleared out to center. Moon retreating to make sure that doesn't turn into anything else, and Pryor right back on the attack on that right wing. Taken away from her and chipped all the way down the ice. Gonna go all the way for another icing call. 16:20 left in this second period, still scoreless. A little similar to what happened last Saturday in Brampton, where Burlington went the first 2 periods scoreless and then exploded for 5 goals in the third period. But I'm sure Coach Murdoch would prefer a little bit more scoring spread out in this game. There's Holmes at the near side. Shot off a stick, doesn't get on net. Healy kept it alive, centering pass out of the reach of Holmes. Steven pinched in. This is Houston now in this near corner. Now for Holmes in front again, and that's off the heel of her stick as it was checked. Gloved down by Healy at the line. Healy still with it. High slot, whistled that up over top of the net. Gray trying to come up with it. Taken by Kate Austin and cleared out to center. Right back up for Burlington, but it's knocked away from Charlton. Peters tied up a little bit on that far side by Allen as she tried to come up with the puck. Stevens got it now. Sent ahead for Suter over the blue line and in, rubbed out by Jackman. Suter kicked at it, but it's chipped up and out to center by Howick. Burlington coming up with the puck. That's glided on net where goaltender stops it and hangs on. Top line for Burlington coming out now. Murdoch's on it again. Murdoch with a team leading 73 total points this season. That's regular season and tournament combined. Pryor's on it, dropped it for Reed. Now in deep for Flores. Murdoch's there, and it's just lifted away from her. Off the stick of Pilkington. Canadettes can't clear it out. Reed kept it alive. This is Flores. Tried to leave it for Murdoch, but he wasn't quite ready for it, so it's knocked out to center by Brampton again. Hacking away at it. Pryor comes to the loose puck as got hauled down that far side. Moon still tangled up, and a penalty's coming.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up.
And Moon is the one getting the penalty for holding. So, first penalty kill of the game for Burlington on a strange call as Moon was completely tangled up by the Canadette player, and Moon taking the holding penalty for some reason. But so this penalty kill brought to you by Shield Performance, and offside just at the line against Brampton. Just under only 12 seconds gone on the penalty kill so far. Face off outside the Burlington zone. And Houston waved out of the face off. Gray came in to take it, and it was won by Brampton. Song over to the far side for Allen. He skates it in. That was almost offside as well. And that drop pass intercepted by Houston and cleared it all the way down the ice. Penalty kill unit changes up. It's Holmes and Borg out there now with just under a minute and a half left to kill. Song pass into the middle for Karatzis, but that was just out of her reach. Borg battling forward in neutral ice. Karatzis can't come up with it as Thibodeau took it away. Holmes trying to chip that ahead. It's blocked by Lang. Thibodeau able to get it out and down the ice. Song takes it behind her own net as the power play unit for Brampton changes up. Pass across for Farberman. Just gets in on side, and another penalty's coming. Victoria Borg going off for tripping. So 42-second 5-on-3 now for Brampton. Had to even up the calls, of course, because Burlington had 2 power plays in the first, so now they have 2 penalties. Pass over to the far side. Barrington and Pilkington play pitch and catch. This is Barrington. Lost it for a second. Backpedaling over the blue line. Farberman now switching with Barrington. That shot is tipped by Suter. Another shot is blocked by Reed. Barrington to Allen now. Barrington on the return pass. Allen again. Shot blocked by Healy. 1 shot block each now for the 3 players out there for Burlington. Couple of seconds left in the penalty to Avery Moon, and she's back. 5-on-4 now for a minute, 15 seconds. Healy, that's off the stick of Brampton and out of play. No shots on the 5-on-3 for Brampton. And a minute and 12 left in Victoria Borg's penalty. Clean face-off win by Jackman. This is Lou now. And on the return pass for Song. He skates it in, just tried to dump in. That was blocked on its way there by Steven, and Peters got it the length of the ice. Lou from behind her own net lost the puck as she tried to start the breakout, so she has to go back and try it again. Wasting precious time on this power play coming up to the 30-second mark left. Tonkin trying to handle the pass. That's taken into the near corner. Steven just trying to kill some more time on the back wall. Got it to Charlton on this near side. And Charlton able to lift it down the ice. 20 seconds left in the power play to Brampton. 15 now as Peters on the forecheck. Trying to kill the last 10 seconds. Charlton ties up her opponent, but Karatzis came in to help as Borg steps back out onto the ice. Karatzis centering pass, knifed away, following up. With the shot, Karatzis, and Harris fought it off and stopped it. Successful penalty kill brought to you by Shield Performance, the official gym and training partner of your Burlington Barracudas. Another shot goes off the body. Healy turning back. Banked off the boards. Moon does the same and gets it out to center. Flores chipped it ahead for Murdoch. Pryor's going to the net. Here's Flores. Shot stopped. Looked like she was trying to pass it back to Murdoch on the near side. But another save for the netminder, Rona Guerrero. Pryor, long lead pass just out of the reach of Murdoch, but she's going to beat out the icing. Murdoch tied up. Got it back to the line, though, but it just ramps up the stick of Healy and gets out to center, so the Barracudas have to retreat. Megan Reed, quick pass ahead. That's deflected, but she comes up with it and skates it right into the slot area. She's knocked down as she tried to get to the front of the net. Gray takes a body check. She got the puck to the far side. Reed in front, and Houston is stopped by Bruno Aguirre. Nine and a half minutes to go. Give or take a few seconds. Face off to the left of Bruno Aguirre. Body's falling everywhere as the puck goes to the far side. Houston trying to come up with it. Holmes, is tripped on their way to the puck. No call as Thibodeau tried to get it in front. That was off the skate of Barrington, but Houston able to knock the puck away from Jackman, so it's off the far side. Stanchion and knocked out to center. Farberman tried a shot, that was also blocked. And Holmes has some open space if she could turn on the Jets. On her off wing, drops it back for Thibodeau. Steps into his shot, that was checked on its way there, and Gray knocks the net off. So we will have a face-off outside the Brampton zone now. Another face-off win for Brampton. It's Song over to the far side for Allen. Pass ahead off a skate and down the ice. Reed fanned on her clear, but Suter came in to help. Got that up to Charlton, who banks it off the boards and ahead for Peters. She was checked, though, and Tompkin sends an errant pass to neutral ice. Jackman had to make sure to get there. Peters is interfered with as she tries to get up on the forecheck. Reed just skating through with it. Would have been offside, but she didn't touch it. Here's Suter now. Poked away from her, but she regains control in that far corner. Got it to Charlton behind the net to the near side. Healy's got it at the line now. Sent that back into the near corner for Suter. Charlton as well. Suter's got it. No, it's just knifed away from her by Allen and cleared out to center. Healy returns it for Moon. Pass ahead for Peters. And returned to Peters by Suter. Chipped on net. Bounced it into the near corner off the stick. You can count that as a shot, though. Big battle for the puck on this near side. It's just poked out to center as Healy fires it back in deep. Song chipped it up the far side, but Pryor gets it there. The leader in goals for Burlington. This is Flores. Takes it back to the net, behind the net. Pryor's got it now. Flores now just on that short side. Lifted it over top of the net. Murdoch, far corner. Looking for an option, takes it back to the point. High slot shot, doesn't get through. Murdoch trying to keep it alive though. Song couldn't get it out. This is Flores. Pryor's in front. That pass goes off a stick to the near corner. Pryor left it. It was taken away by a Canadette, but not cleared out. Steven held it in. Murdoch trying to drag it to the front. That's deflected away. Pryor's on it again. Centering pass. Steven shot. Save made. Leona Garrow. Standing strong in this scoreless game. Burlington with a heavy advantage in the shot department so far. Thibodeau at the point. Trying to throw it in deep. This is Gray. Backhander doesn't get through. Bounces into the near corner. Gray's on it again. Hooked up a little bit by Nicholson, but Gray came out with it. Knifed away from her, though, and cleared out to center. And Gray is thrown to the ice. No call as Houston tries to disrupt the attack of Brampton as she does. Second attempt. Lou able to get it in deep. Fired all the way rounded down the ice. No icing call, is it not? Well, it's not going to get there anyways. Thibodeau at her own blue line across for Moon and ahead for Suter, but it's poked into the defensive zone by Lang. Charlton on the puck now. Karatzis poked it away from her, but Peters trying to steal it back behind the net. She does. Looking for the open. Teammate dropped it for Reed, but it was a little too early, and Lou able to get it out to center. This is Peters now. Takes a hack from, that's Howick. Send it up the far boards, held in by Brampton. Bounces behind the net to the near side. Reed. Pass ahead for Charlton. She couldn't receive it. Pilkington fired it down the ice. Healy's on it. Got it round back of the net to the near side for Reed and ahead for Charlton. Knifed at, but got it out to center. Kicked at by Karatzis, and skating onto it was Healy. Takes it into the offensive zone and sends it into the far corner. Charlton trying to wrap it out in front. Reverse it for Suter on that far side of the net, but it was off the back of the net and cleared out to center. Reed ahead for Pryor. Pryor taking it into the near corner, turning around and throwing it in front. Nobody was in the slot though, so Barrington skates it out to center. Backhanded in deep. Harris stops it behind the net for Steven, who took a stick and got it out to the far wall. I think Pryor had her stick caught in the door there for a second, and she was unable to receive that pass properly. All the way down the ice, Murdoch just trying to beat it out, but does not quite get there in time. And Song got there first. Bryn Pryor, of course, hailing from Florida, and I don't think there's too many outdoor rinks down south there, but still a hockey story for her. She started playing because both of her parents are coaches down in the States, and her favorite memory would be hanging out at the rink with the SLU teams and being inspired by the university players down there. And of course, with two parent coaches as well, she learned everything from them, as Murdoch whips a shot that's fought off the shoulder. Pryor off the stick and out of play as she was trying to get it into that far corner. We'll go back to Caitlin Charlton now, as her favorite hockey memory. She played on boys teams for most of her young life, from age 4 to 10 years old, and she was the only girl on the team for the first 4 years as well, but was very pleased as she was not treated differently at all and had a great time on those boys teams. And she often played shinny and went to public rinks as well with her dad, and wanted to start playing because she grew up watching her brothers and cousins as well playing hockey, and was taught a lot of defensive techniques by a coach at Duffield, but is now a forward, and oh, they score! Whacking away at it on the far side of the net. Abby Thibodeau leading the party, and the Barracudas jump out to a 1-0 lead. Just under 3 minutes left in this second period. 1-0 lead for Burlington. Abby Thibodeau on the goal. Brampton trying to respond here though on the attack with Daisy Varga. Lost an edge as she went into that near corner. Suter hooked up a little bit as she got the puck out to center. Peters couldn't quite receive it there. Pilkington took it away. And on the dump in, it's returned out to center now. Peters with Suter going to the net. There's the pass in front. Big stop rebound, trying to find it. Oh, Suter robbed by Aguero. Beautiful play with Peters and Suter. Suter's still able to get that pass despite the block in front. And just getting enough of it. Goaltender. Aguero. Less than 2 to go in this second period. Long shot stopped by Harris. Goes off her glove into the near corner. Big shot from Song off the glove of Steven. And that was a dangerous one as Steven is taken down behind the net. Thibodeau up the near side for Charlton and out and down the ice. Peters racing after it. Tied up with Allen. Peters battling with Allen still. Two of them are still tied up. Trying to come up with that puck on the far side now. It's flipped up the far boards and out to center, and a glove pass by Moon as she held that puck in. Coming up in the final minute in this second period, a 1-0 lead for your Burlington Barracudas. Abby Thibodeau with the goal. Reed ahead for Flores, tipped it in. Lou round to the far side. Moon trying to pinch in and keep it alive. She's held up. And Brampton able to break out now. Pass across for Howick. Shot kicked out by Harris. Rebound in front. Shot is blocked by Flores. And Moon racing to it now with a 2-on-1 potentially. Here's Murdoch now. Moon again, just out of her reach. Tried to throw it back in front. Bank pass in this final 30 seconds of the second period. Healy over to the far side for Moon. Lifts it in deep, bounces to the back wall. Nicholson, tied up by Gray, got it to Lou. Fired up the near side. Final 10 seconds, chipped ahead by Brampton. Steven intercepted that and fired it down the ice. And just enough for an icing with 0.9 seconds to go. Yeah, and with 0.9 seconds left, we'll jam another story into this period. That's Tegan Gray and her older sister, Savannah. The reason why she started playing hockey, her older sister, Savannah, and she wanted to be just like her, copied her number, which of course prompted her sister to then change her number so that Tegan could have her own number. As that is the end of the second period. We will again, let me just wrap up Tegan's story as well before we go to break. And so after copying her sister's number, they never really got to play together, but Savannah's her biggest fan and tunes into these live streams as often as she can. But every winter, the Grays would go skating at different ponds, and Coach Dallas, who's on the bench tonight as well, her dad would rent some ice sometimes and go do scrimmages and drills and things like that. But Tegan credits Savannah for teaching her how to battle hard because, of course, she was always trying to beat her. We'll go to break.
I just really enjoyed bonding with the girls. It was good. Good group of girls.
I just think it's really cool that we have the opportunity to do this stuff, especially in girls hockey because it's not always showcased all the time, so I think it's really cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing how far our team can go. I feel like we're all really good together and play really well together.
I think honestly it could have gone to a lot of girls on the team, and I feel really lucky that I have it. I'm going to do my best to wear it in a way that will help everyone.
Saturday night hockey, there's nothing better. Home opener, an exciting one for the drop of the puck here at Mainway Arena.
And we had all worked out our walkout song, our goal song, so we were all really excited to hear it for the first time.
At forward from Toronto, Ontario, assistant captain number 9, Claire Murdoch.
You don't see that very often in girls hockey, which was nice. I think a lot of the younger girls thought it was a really cool experience. In the change room they were going on and on about it, and just how it was really different, and no other junior team even was doing it.
But not out Avery. Home scores! Loose in the high slot now. Backhander scores! Lost the puck to Pryor. Pryor scores!
Being around each other for a majority of the week, really getting to know each other is really doing us well. Having Colin as a coach too, just having those new plays being introduced to us, they seem to really work for us and we understand them very well and can easily apply them to our game.
I think coming from Stony as a captain, it really set me up for the role here. And I think, honestly, having this group of girls, it's just a great group of girls to work with. And I think you don't really have to have a letter on your jersey. I think we all play a really good part.
Murdoch right on it again. Here's Pryor with a shot. She scores!
I was just looking for a league that would help me develop my game to the next level, and Burlington happened to be a team that was willing to take on another player. So when I came up here and skated, there was just a great culture within the girls, and I really liked the program.
Colin and the coaching staff has also helped me to really push myself and be the best I can on and off the ice.
Good morning, everybody. A bit of an unusual start time this morning at 11:30. My name is Jared Bafty. Happy to be along with us as your Burlington Barracudas are taking on the North York Storm for the first time ever. This is their junior team now here in the U22 Elite. They've obviously played them in other tournaments and matchups. A bit of a different look and a new beginning for the North York Storm. Burlington piling on the shots right now, already with 6 by my count. Tie up off the draw again. It's sent to the back wall. This is Tegan Gray. Trying to fire it up the near boards to Kira Healy back in the lineup after taking last weekend off. Healy with a tip in front, rebound. They score! Initial save by Eno, but Tegan Gray collects the rebound and pots it. And with just over 5.5 minutes gone in the first period, it's 1-0 Burlington. Bounces off the far boards to Murdoch behind the net with the help of Pryor. Murdoch's knocked down as Pryor tries to dig it out. Sent round back of the net, thrown to the line, but Healy found that easily and kept the play going. Murdoch now, sent it in front, they score! TJ Flores left wide open on the far side of the net. An easy one-timer. Murdoch with the pass, and it's 2-0 Burlington. Back out at center. Putnam fell as she tried to skate it through. Murdoch takes a slash and has a couple of nice moves as she throws it out in front. Flores pin on the shot. Pryor scores. Brent Pryor with another goal, leading the team in goals and points. Second in the U22 Elite, and it's 3-0. Far side for Abby Thibodeau. She found it in her feet. Hard pass ahead now for Brent Pryor, who turns on the Jets. She's got Murdoch as well. In front, she scores! Beautiful transition on the rush. Murdoch and Pryor. The connection continues. Eno, the 2005 goaltender. North York struggling a little bit this season with health, as I mentioned. They score, though. Here I am getting a little distracted. Trying to chat about North York having injury troubles and Burlington getting right back on the score sheet. 5-0 now. And we have a goaltending change. Eno coming out. He's already faced 16 shots in this first period. 5 goals against and taken round back of the net. Healy ahead for Moon, chipped across for Flores. Drop pass for Pryor, and the Barracudas set up on the power play. Healy at the near side, throws it in front, rebound, they score! On the power play, it's a hat trick for Brent Pryor here in the first period. 2 in a row for Pryor as well, and it's 6-0. You can see the Barracudas are trying to get certain players some goals here. Peters looks like one of them, and Borg another perhaps. Here's Gray in front for Peters. She scores! That one counts. Avery Peters. Beautiful shot, buries it and makes it 7-0. And so Stevens sends it to the open wing, where it's taken by Jackson. Shot blocked by Steven. Jackson tied up behind the net. Sharp angle shot, couple of whacks at it, and they score! Pitts looks like she was pushed into the net. Slow to get up is Pitts. Got away from her as Moon took it away. Penalty is expired to Peters. Fired out to center. There she is with the puck, 2-on-1. Just knifed away from her by Jamal, but Peters took it right back again in front. Houston, another chip at it. They score! That's 2 goals in a row now for Peters. Houston and Gray on the assist. And it's 8-1 Burlington. Ahead for Holmes, who dragged it ahead and fires it in deep and goes off for a change. Welcome back, everybody, for the third period. A 1-0 score for your Burlington Barracudas over the Brampton Canadettes, and 20 more minutes left on the clock here for Hockey Day in Canada. We hope you've been enjoying the stories as well as the game tonight, of course. Knocked ahead for Charlton, trying to reach for it. Swiped away from her by Song. She lost it in her feet for a second, but got it up the near side. Suter got it in deep for Charlton, centered it in front, but Peters was not quite there yet, and it slid through the slot and out to center. Slapped ahead by Reed, bouncing puck into the offensive zone. Cleared back out to neutral ice. Charlton whacking at it with Suter, who got it in deep. Song over to the near side. Barrington's pass tipped down by Austin, but couldn't quite receive it. So the Barracudas are back on the attack. Here's Flores trying to poke it through on the near side off the rolling puck from Murdoch, and it's cleared back out to center again by Brampton. Steven. Soft pass ahead for Murdoch, who skates it over the blue line and in. Murdoch with lots of speed takes it round to the near side. Centering pass for Healy, just missed the far side. Murdoch again from Flores, chipped it in for Pryor. Her centering pass is off a skate and goes out to center, and that stung Jackman a little bit as she was the one who blocked that pass. Barracudas set up the breakout again. Pryor going through and goes after the dump in from Steven. Pryor in deep, slapped around to the far side by Karatsis though. Thibodeau kept it alive. Houston had it hop over her stick, but she got it out front. Thibodeau backhanded it to the front of the net, but it was the wrong area. And Brampton now gets it out to center. Lang dumping it in. Harris stops it behind the net for Thibodeau. Up the far side for Gray. Pass across for Holmes. And she's got it, dragging it through. Holmes to the near corner. Fanned on her backhand pass in front, trying to take it away from Lou. Gray goes after it in the far corner. Out in front for Thibodeau, now lifted it just over top of the net. This is Houston, returned to her by Moon, in deep for Holmes. Slams on the brakes behind the net, trying to come out in front maybe. Holmes taken out. Gray up with the puck though on the far side. Left it for Thibodeau, who tried to barrel her way through, and that was cleared out to center by Brampton again. Lifted out into neutral ice, knocked away from Thibodeau, and a quick change for Brampton. 2-on-1, shot stopped by Harris. Goes to the far corner. Suter tripped up on that far side, no call as she tries to continue her battle with the puck. Moon ties up Tompkin. And it's knocked up that far side wall, but still not out yet. Second attempt does get out. Knocked right back in by Brampton, but we knock it out to center. Tipped ahead and gloved down by Peters. Suter going to the net again. Peters tried a centering pass. That was blocked. Charlton almost able to follow up, but it was just knocked away from her and cleared out to center again. Farberman over to Song. Now Austin's going with her to the net. Song's shot goes wide to the far side. Peters trying to get it ahead. It's poked forward by Brampton. Wrapped around to the far side by Reed, and Charlton can't clear it out. Sent in deep, goes past Tompkin. Reversed up the far side. Now Pryor with a breakaway pass from Charlton. Here it is. Pryor backhander stopped by the netminder. Goes over to the far side. Glove down and bounced out to center. Murdoch received the pass and is given an open lane. Bumped off the puck, but she goes after it and regains control. Out in front for Healy now. Oh, she fanned on her shot in the slot. Wide open, but it just rolled off her stick at the last second. Definitely had her spot picked. Now Pryor in front, again whacking away at it. Another stop for Buona Guerrero. She hangs on. 15:02 left in this third period. Still only a 1-0 lead. Despite Burlington out shooting, well, doubling up Brampton, 20-10 in the shot total. by my count. Pilkington, hard pass behind the net. And it bounces off the boards and out to center past Lou. Steven for Pryor, return to Steven as Pryor was checked. Thibodeau out through center, Karatzis trying to come up with the puck, and I am not quite sure what the call was there. Hand pass potentially. Holmes and Lang behind the linesman, waiting for the drop of the puck. Houston knocked down as Holmes tried to drag it over the blue line, but it was taken away from her and cleared out to center. Thibodeau kicks it ahead for Gray, and that's a slashing call coming. Houston in front, and Holmes couldn't quite get her stick on the tip in front. Peters, the extra attacker, just missed the pass, and Peters on it in her own zone. Now Houston receiving that one and taking it over to the far side into the middle for Holmes, but it rolled off her stick. And the penalty coming to Brampton. This is Abby Thibodeau. You'll notice she's pictured as a goaltender, but that's not because she started off as a goaltender. Her team rotated through goaltenders when she was younger. It was definitely not her favorite thing. So that's why she's a defender and not a goaltender. Shot in and out of the glove, walking away at it in front. Two chances for Burlington. But Thibodeau started playing and skating when she was 3, and her dad makes a outdoor rink every year in the backyard. And she started because, again, she wanted to follow in her brother's footsteps as well. Her brother currently playing at Norwich University in the States. Skated a lot together when they were younger, and she credits him for teaching her a lot of her defensive knowledge of hockey. Moon at the line, tried to get it in deep. Holmes kicked at it, but it's cleared out and down the ice by Brampton. Burlington on their 3rd power play of the game, brought to you by Skids Away Pallet Solutions, pallet sales and recycling solutions. And Burlington looking a little uncoordinated on this power play, as that was Hart, who is still on the puck now, trying to cut to the front. Fend on her shot, and Harris gloving that. .56 seconds to go in the power play, and there hasn't been much time spent in the offensive zone. Burlington going to be looking to change that. Off the draw comes to Pryor. Pass ahead for Murdoch. Skating that into the offensive zone. Pass for Flores. Shot stopped by Bruno Aguirre. And she hangs on 43 seconds in the power play. Another face-off win for Burlington as they set up on the power play. Thibodeau over to Steven. Near side now. Murdoch shot. Knocked down with a high stick, so Burlington can't touch it. And the whistle is blown. Brampton refused to play the puck, so play is stopped. So because of the high stick, even though Brampton didn't play the puck, or refused to play the puck, they take the face-off outside of the zone because of the high stick on the puck for Burlington. But this is Murdoch now turning back for Thibodeau. Far side now for Steven. Poked at, and she doesn't get into the zone cleanly. So a second attempt here. Steven takes it Over the blue line and in now. Gonna work her way towards the front of the net, maybe turn back. Murdoch covering for her at the blue line, takes it down to the far side. Round back of the net again. Murdoch takes a couple of slashes and a cross check as she left it for Steven. Steven goes back of the net now. Over to the far side, turning away, centering it in front, and Pryor was moving the wrong way as Brampton clears it out and down the ice in a foot race. Now Lang. Harris came out to play the puck, but gave it away to Farberman. So Farberman kept the play alive. Suter trying to find it in her feet. Left it for Thibodeau, and the Barracudas can exhale on that one. Maybe not. Lang able to keep it in, but the Canadettes are going off for a change. So Steven got the pass ahead for Murdoch. Bounced ahead for Peters, and it's an icing call, though, against Burlington. .19 left in this third period. Only a 1-0 game. Suter won the puck battle in the far corner, got it to the near side, and Peters took it away from Howick, sent it ahead, and Murdoch tipped it down the ice. Howick on this far side. Charlton got in the way of that pass. Peters picked it up and gave it back to Moon, who tips it and Reed is bowled over as she got that puck out to center. No call there. Pass cut off by Suter as Lou tried to get it out, and there's a penalty coming. Suter interfered with as she tried to go for the puck. Lou and Suter got tangled up, and Lou headed to the box. This is a fourth power play attempt for Burlington. 0 for 3 so far with the advantage. So Coach Murdoch sends out his top point getters on the season to try and get something going here. This is Moon in the high slot for Pryor. Send to the near side for Healy.
Brampton penalty to number 33.
Healy still watching. Far side now Murdoch, and high point for Moon. Murdoch on the far side. Forced to the wall. Tries to chip it ahead. Pryor came in to help out. Flores there as well. Moon trying to keep it alive. It just bounces over the blue line and out to center. Healy carries it over the blue line and dumps it in. Goes after it. Barrington fanned on her clearing attempt, and Flores able to just get it to Murdoch, who drops it back for Moon. Near side now, Healy. Looking for an option. Moon's got it again. High slot now for Pryor. Threw it on net. Rebound. Trying to come up with it. The goaltender found it. Uonagero. .102 left in the power play, brought to you by Skids Away, Pallet Sales and Recycling Solutions. Another face-off win for Burlington. This is Thibodeau. Got it to the top of the near circle for Holmes. Return to Thibodeau. Slap shot right on. And it's another save. Uonagero standing tall. Just the one goal. 25 shots. Another face-off win for Burlington again. Gray's got it. Far side for Steven. Drops it back for Thibodeau. Near side now. Holmes steps into his shot, but Uonagero was standing tall. Avery Holmes, one of our last stories. Avery has been playing for as long as she can remember. There hasn't been a day that she can't remember being on the ice or shooting some extra pucks. As soon as she could walk, she was learning how to skate and was always at the rink because of her 3 older siblings were always at the rink as well. So she says she was raised by hockey. Tried to get that in front. Goaltender diving for the puck well out of her net as Houston tried to come up with it. This is Holmes again, whacking away at it. Houston trying to slap it out in front, and Houston's bowled over. Three shots at least for the Burlington Barracudas with Houston on the doorstep. At about age 5 or 6, Avery Holmes, her family got some boards to put up at around a rink, and she was out there every night with a snowsuit that was too big for her and some skates that she got from her older siblings. As Healy fans on that shot, but Charlton followed up. Got the shot on, but it's another save. Her brother and her brothers and sister, this is Avery Holmes again, her brother and sister taught her about the game and learned a lot from her dad as well. And that rink in their backyard with the boards is where she learned to incorporate a lot of her skills and led her to where she is today on the Burlington Barracudas. As Reed is knocked over. Faberman tried to throw it in front with a rising centering pass. Another shot off the cranium of Suter. And Peters able to skate it out to center. Suter going off after that one. Stung her a little bit. Left behind the net. Faberman centering pass. Kicked out by Harris. And another shot coming on the wraparound. Doesn't get through. Murdoch trying to disrupt this play and skate it out to center now with a potential breakaway. And her stick is lifted by Barrington. Barrington throws it out to center now the other way. Moon's taking a hooking penalty and another big stop by Harris. So Moon going off for hooking. And the action really opening up here now. Burlington on the penalty kill, brought to you by Shield Performance, the official gym and training program of your Burlington Barracudas. Centering pass blocked twice. Goes to the far side. Murdoch can't get it out though. Puck bounces away from Hart, and Steven couldn't quite get it out to center though. Big battle for the puck on the near wall. Steven does get this one out to neutral ice. Allen takes it behind her own net. Penalty killers in a long diamond shape. 3 back, 1 high. Try and keep the forecheck on. This is Pryor who's on that forecheck. Song on the puck. Skates it over the red line and chips it past Steven into the offensive zone. Thibodeau met her at the near hash marks and got it back to the line. Brampton though. Song over to the far side, now into the high slot. Karatzis couldn't get that to the front of the net. Holmes takes a cross check as she ties up the puck in the far corner. Karatzis back to the line again. Pilkington trying to get that to Karatzis once more. Doesn't get through, but Song has it on the near side. Another shot blocked for Steven, and she gets it out to center. Holmes trying to go after it against Pilkington. And she gets there first, but Holmes swept it in front, and Holmes is taken down and sat on by Pilkington as she tried to get that in the slot area. Gray now left it in the area behind the net. Stewart skates it out through neutral ice and over the blue line. Slashes Houston as she goes by, but here's Stewart now with the puck poked away from her as Reed is tripped. No call. Austin's got it now, centering pass. Sails through the crease Nobody was there. Gray trying to get it out. Can't quite do it. Stewart's on it again. Pass bounces back behind the net. Farberman got it to the line. Shot blocked by Gray in her feet. And able to find it. Got it to Charlton. Now a 2-on-0. Charlton's drawn a penalty, but she scores! A beautiful second effort by Caitlin Charlton, who was hooked on her way to the net. Drew the penalty, but still wired the shot past the goaltender. Gets a 2-0 lead for Burlington. Face-off win quickly for Burlington, and Thibodeau skates it right into the offensive zone.
Burlington girls, squad number 95, Caitlin Charlton.
Over in the near corner, Peters trying to come up with it against Barrington. Ray on the assist for Burlington.
At 5:21.
Centering pass cut off. Lang couldn't quite get to it. Charlton muscled it to the line and poked it out to center. Puck glides to the near side. Howick got to it. Moon watching her. Charlton took it away as she takes a bump on that far side. Barrington with the pass ahead. Howick trying to settle the puck. Bounced it towards the front of the net where Harris covers up. .30 shots on net now for Burlington. Just 14 for Brampton. Brampton thrown out of the face-off circle. Karatzis unable to take the draw, so Hart comes in. And Flores able to win it. Bank ground back of the net to the near side by Steven. Pryor trying to get it out to center. Pryor with the help of Murdoch just does. Pilkington, oh, fanned on her pass and almost lost the puck to Murdoch. Pryor dumped it in. Flores can't quite come up with it. Pilkington took it away. Reversed it up the far side. Hart now. Hart has it taken away from her by Pryor. And big tie up on the far side area in front of the blue line. Pryor, Flores, and Murdoch all there for Burlington. And just does come loose. Steven poked it ahead for Murdoch, who gets hooked a little bit as she tries to go through, and Healy runs over Varga. And so Healy going to the box for head contact. And a timeout being called by Brampton. So a prime opportunity for our final story of the day. Backup goaltender for tonight's game, Callie Pitts on the bench. We've got a story for her. Her favorite hockey memory would be her first year of playing rep hockey, and it was her first year as a goalie as well in novice. There she is pictured as well. Her team won every tournament they attended that year, and they got to the end of the season. And provincials, for some reason, people didn't seem to expect a whole lot of the team despite their success in tournaments, because most of the players had come from house league. But that season she won her first ever provincial championship and realized how much she loved playing on a competitive team, and she made sure from then on that she did everything she could to make sure that she made a team like this one. And here she is backing up Shannon Harris tonight, coming back from an injury as Burlington clears it all the way down the ice. Brampton with the empty net. 3.5 minutes left in this third period.
Burlington calling to number 97, Kira Healy. 2 minutes for head contact.
Moon wraps it up the near side wall. Song kept it alive. Moon trying to disrupt the play. Round back of the net. Reed trying to come up with it. Poked at by Karatsis. Tripped up. And Reed finds the puck again. Sends it to the area behind the net. Moon left it there as well. Reed trying to poke at it. Karatsis found it. Reed trying to take it away from Varga. Houston in the help as well. It rings off the rim of the boards but doesn't get out. Reed takes Varga into the boards. Houston battling with Karatsis now. Got it back to the line. Allen over to the near side. Hart back to the line for Song. Now Allen's shot is blocked and it's thrown to the line but not out. Another shot stopped by Harris. Song at the point. Couldn't find the open lane. Barrington over to the near side for Hart. And Song again. Take the shot. Hart can't find it. This is Song again. Still can't find the shot. Now far side. Barrington tries it. That's off her own teammate. And it's fired out and down the ice as Moon was rocked in front of her own net. And the penalty call is made. Tompkin going off. Didn't see the signal. With 1:52 left, Brampton will finish this game on the penalty kill. And we'll have 12 seconds of 4-on-4 before Burlington will go to their 5th power play of the game. Carberman lost an edge as Peters took it away from her, and now the power play begins as Suter gets the shot. But it's another save. Face-off win for Brampton. Peters ties up her opponent.
Desmina Tompkin, 2 minutes for head contact at 1:52.
Also, the penalty was for head contact. So another power play brought to you by Skids Away. Pallet Sales and Recycling Solutions. There's Steven with a good move, a rebound. Oh, to stop! Suter robbed a second time. Suter has tried just about everything to get a goal, and she's robbed again by the toe of Bruno Nagiro. One minute 13 left in this third period. 2-0 score for Burlington. Tied up in the near corner. Peters, Suter, and Gray all there. Suter comes up with a puck. Tried to leave it in the corner for Peters. Peters and Gray going after it against Allen. Suter is in there as well now. Comes to the near wall, and Peters is taking a penalty for cross-checking. So we go back to 4-on-4 with 51 seconds left in this game. Brampton has pulled the goaltender again, so it'll be 5-on-4. As Brampton can't seem to figure out who should be on the ice there. Allen with the puck. Bouncing into the slot area. Another save for Harris. Thibodeau sent it round back to the net for Moon. He can't clear it though. That was blocked by Howick. Now up the far side again. Murdoch blocked by Song. 25 seconds left. Big battle for the puck as Thibodeau falls. Good intercept of the centering pass by Flores, and now Murdoch has an open lane to the empty net, and she scores. With 13 seconds left, at 4-on-4, Murdoch turns on the Jets and seals it with the empty netter. And a 3-0 score for Burlington. Charlton waved out of the face-off, Don, so Pryor comes in to take it, and she wins it. Megan Reed got it. Send it back for Healy.
By number 21, TJ Flores. Time of the ball, 13 seconds.
And that does it for this one. On Hockey Day in Canada, it's a 3-0 score and a 3-0 win for your Burlington Barracudas over the Brampton Canadettes. Burlington remaining undefeated in 2023, and another win to continue to lead the league in the standings. Thank you for tuning in, folks. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast on Hockey Day in Canada, and I hope you enjoyed the stories that some of our players submitted about their hockey lives and how they got here tonight on this team. We'll be back here tomorrow at noon when your Burlington Barracudas are up against one of the other top teams in the U22 Elite. The Ottawa Lady Senators are visiting. Again, puck drop for that game is at noon Eastern Time here at Mainway Arena. Don't miss that one. Should be a good one. Before we go, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Fully, Shield Performance, Dermetics Cosmetic Dermatology, Skids Away Pallet Sales and Recycling, BDO Canada, and RBC Wealth Management, Dominion Securities. Once again, a 3-0 win and a shutout win at that for Shannon Harris. And another win for Burlington. Brampton will be back again as well next Sunday, I believe, but it's Ottawa tomorrow at noon. So we'll see you then, folks. For all the crew, my name is Jared Baptiste. Thank you again for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night on Hockey Day in Canada.